Hello and good morning. Today is Thursday, and you might or might not have seen a little bit of the drama that happened in the last couple of days, but I thought I'd address it because it's a cautionary tale. It's a tale of stupidity, and the core element of this video is supposed to be about friendship. It's about hacking and all that stuff and idiots, mainly me, but it's about friendship and the value of friendship. So let me tell you what happened. My channel got hacked. Many of you saw that. Some were concerned. Some said, good riddance. The Gear page had a very nice thread about that, but I'm not going to go into idiots that are insulting. Why would I? So, different reactions. Many people reached out to me. What happened? Well, there's different ways to hack a channel. You could, and I don't quite know why you would do that, because they just posted some crypto live stream and some playlists, and that's it. Luckily they didn't erase an awful lot and, hack other passwords or go to my accounts like money-wise. No, they just wanted to show people crypto bullshit for like a night, because they know that YouTube flags it and it's going to be taken down sooner or later. Is that worth being a criminal for? I don't know. Anyway, Stevie T's channel got hacked and taken over for quite a while because he opened a PDF that apparently tracked his keystrokes, which isn't a problem if you have two-factor authentication. If you have two-factor authorization, meaning they can type in your password all day long unless they have your phone or some other two-factor thing, they can't do anything with it. Well, I don't think he had that. So there's different ways of doing this, but a lot of us are very cautious now. A lot of YouTube channels know these schemes, and usually they are an email in your spam folder from a company saying, oh, we want to reach out to you, we like your content, and would you like to do a sponsored ad or a paid-for video? We'll send you this stuff. And, jobs, business cold calls. And usually that could start a conversation. I would say 80% of the time it doesn't start a conversation, because it might start with, hey, bracket open, insert channel name here, bracket closed, and they don't actually insert the channel name there. They're literally just copy pasting. I mean, it's so insulting, you won't even believe how insulting. We really like your content that really aligns with our product, as you did in this video. And then they post a video that had literally nothing to do with their product. So insulting shit, most of them we erase. In some of them, they look pretty convincing. And you're like, well, maybe I should answer and find out if this is the real thing. And some of them will tell you, go to this place and download this thing. I'm like, fuck no, I'm not downloading anything. I mean, I'm not stupid. I thought. And then some of them tell you, well, go to this website and sign up with our YouTube brand management channel. Well, no, I'm not doing that. Any of these emails, I write back, we can communicate through email, but I'm definitely not downloading anything. I'm definitely not clicking on a link, because this is how shit happens. So we're very aware of these things. Well, Brad, the guitarologist, hey Brad, got the same email I got, and he fell for the same scheme. And you can say many things about Brad, but I don't think dumb is one of the things he is. And I thought I was also not dumb. But you know what? Brad, dumb, me, dumb, because we fell for the same shit. It was very well disguised. So what happened is, a Hollyland email came in. Hollyland make clip-on mics, but very high-end, and they make video transmission systems and video screens. They make professional video equipment. I actually bought a whole bunch of transmission systems from them. So to me, that was a very interesting proposal. We would like to work with you for our, wireless mics. I'm like, okay, Holyland, reputable company. And please sign up with our program through MatchHub. Don't go there. Trust me. So I wrote him back and said, look, this seems very interesting, but I'm not an idiot. I thought. I will not click on a link in an email like this. We can communicate, we can figure out this deal, but I will not sign up through your YouTube brand deal management service. And I told him, I suspect that this is a scam trying to take over my channel. That was my email to the guy. I told him flat out that this looks like a phishing email. Well, smart guy, right? But it was so cleverly done, so official, that it piqued my interest. So I went to matchhub.com and looked at the website. Oh, it looked pretty good. It said, tell us what your channel is. And then you punch in the channel, and then they're supposed to give you a value of your channel per video. And there are other sites like this. I think Social Blade and, some other sites, they evaluate your channel based on past clicks and that stuff. So it was interesting. I wanted to know, what am I worth based on the evaluation? And for that, it seemed legit that you had to log into Google, YouTube, through their site. I was not cautious. That didn't all of a sudden go in my head, bang. In my head it said, oh, it makes sense. They want to look at my channel. The website looked very legit. They did a very good job. However, nowadays you can do that with AI in seconds. So I type in my YouTube login, which technically with that they can't do shit. They have my password, they have my email, but they don't have the two-factor authorization, which then came in the form of a number through my phone, and I typed it in. Well, the next time the number would be different, right? Well, boo-hoo. They were in on their end. I logged in through their website. They were in my channel. And from then on, wait, I'm having PTSD. I could literally see in my Google account, I couldn't react fast enough, how they were logged in, changed my email, changed my phone number, completely locked me out, and I was gone. My email at Google was nowhere to be found. Google says, we've never worked with that email address. I couldn't restore anything. And I was sitting here shaking. And I was thinking, fuck, what do I do? I was literally saying out loud, what do I do? What do I do? I had a complete and utter nervous breakdown. So let me explain this. About what? About a stupid YouTube channel that talks about guitar gear? That's what it is. It's a smallish YouTube channel in the world of YouTube with 201,000 subscribers. Thank you to the 201,000 subscribers. But this is not big time for YouTube, so I don't have a YouTube partner person to talk to. You don't get this at 200,000 subscribers. You don't have your guy that talks to you as a person. So, yeah. What do? I was shaking. I did not know what to do. I felt completely helpless, and I knew exactly what was happening. So, since I don't have a person at YouTube to call, and the one suggestion that the search gave me was log into your YouTube studio and talk to the live chat. There's a thing where you talk to a bot, and the bot says, give me your address of the affected channel. And I did, like my email address, and the bot said, that's not a valid Google address. Well, dude, it's hacked. So that didn't get you anywhere. They have an FAQ about this, which got me absolutely nowhere. I was running into wall after wall. So couldn't get into the live chat with real people through my YouTube studio, because I'm a YouTube partner, which you have to be to do that. Couldn't get anywhere. So, in the meantime, they had started a live stream on the channel about crypto bullshit. They had replaced the main front page with playlists of lots of stupid crypto bullshit, take your money, scam videos. So that wasn't that bad yet. But again, what was I supposed to do? I picked up my phone and tried to call my friend Arthur. My friend Arthur had a very high position at Google. That's someone who's not responsible, who doesn't know the right people, but who could find the right people because he was pretty high up there. He didn't pick up. And the next day when he did respond, I found out that he's no longer with Google. I asked him what tech billionaire he's subscribed to now, but haven't heard back from him. Hi, Arthur. I love the guy. One of the smartest people I freaking know. So Arthur was a dead end. And it was like, who else has clout at YouTube? And I call up my friend Carlos Asensio. And I don't want to cry, but Carlos is the guy that in any situation he will pick up. Carlos was at a wedding in Egypt. He picks up. Carlos is a spaz and all over the place. But when it matters, like on camera or in this situation, he's dead on and he can focus. So Carlos said, don't worry, everything's fine. You get your channel back. It's going to take a while. I'll take care of it. Do not worry. Carlos talked me down from my complete mental breakdown. Oh, what I was going to say, I'm sorry. I'm again all over the place. Roll back a little bit. Excuse me. About it's just a little YouTube channel. Who cares? Yeah, but to me, that is my income. This is my one source of income. This is how I make money with sponsored videos, a little bit of money from YouTube. It doesn't even pay the electric bill, and affiliate money. So everything together, that is how I make money. Sponsorships, YouTube money, that's a little bit. Affiliate, that's also a little bit. A little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. It adds up to I have an income. And it's a decent income. I'm not going to complain. And that channel being gone and me having no control over it and the possibility in my head that it's gone forever. 4,300 videos, 15 years of work. Every day, including Christmas, birthdays, and the day I got married, we're here doing these videos. There's never a break, except if I go on vacation, then I have to take a break and I'm still communicating and making deals or reading comments. It's like you have a good job that supports your family. And from one second to the other, you see in front of your eyes, your boss typing, you're fired, don't come back to work, you suck, no more money, done. I got fired within a second. From my job, from a very nice job that makes me happy. There would be no way to replace that job. Even if I started a new channel, I would not get, 10% of the subscribers that I have right now, quickly back. So, and for some, it would still be the same videos. It would even probably be similar click numbers, but to brands, the sub count matters. So, even if I had started a new channel, I would have no track record of the old videos and all that stuff. Why would a company that doesn't know me go to a channel, there's 10 videos, they're not going to call me, right? And I've slaved away of building a relationship where now companies, hopefully most of the time, come to me instead of me having to chase them down. I had to chase down companies for 13, 14 years. It's just now happening that they come to me. So, my job burned down in front of my eyes. That's the worry. The world can absolutely live without my channel. Very easily. But I built something for myself. And that was gone in seconds. Okay. So I'm talking to Carlos. And Carlos really talked me down and said, don't worry. I got you. And he was calm. He was supportive. He immediately, from the wedding, or I think the airport, wrote to his guy, because Carlos has 4.3 million subscribers. He goes to YouTube events. He gets invited to YouTube parties. He knows the right people in Spain. he writes to his guy, he writes to the YouTube partner program, he writes an absolutely amazing email that I would have never been able in my headspace at this point in time to write. With all the information they needed, he knew exactly what to say. It was beyond professional. It even had emojis in it with like emergency. I mean, it couldn't have been written any better. I owe Carlos so much. And he talked me down. Well, sad, and I then wrote to his partner manager, his guy in Spain, and I got to bounce back. The guy's on vacation. Otherwise, this guy probably would have taken care of it by himself all the way through. But the best contact Carlos had wasn't available. So we had to wait for the YouTube partner program team to respond. Well, I'm not someone who's good at waiting when my house burns down. So I tried to activate any contact I have. Tried to call Glenn Fricker. Glenn's a relatively big guy on YouTube and probably knows people. Actually, I think... I don't know. I might have called Joey first. Good friend of ours who worked with Glenn. And Joey said, call Glenn because he knows Stevie T. Or was it my idea? I don't remember. Stevie and Glenn knows Stevie T really well, and so Stevie would know who to call at YouTube because he went through this. I also immediately wrote an email to the guitarologist because Landon said the guitarologist just got hacked as well. So I wrote to Brad and said, Brad, who did you talk to at YouTube? So that would have been another good point of contact, right? Well, Glenn wasn't picking up his phone. He's in Europe right now somewhere. But then Joey got to Max, who's with Glenn, and Max said Glenn's in his room sleeping, so Max woke up Glenn. Glenn called me, said, don't worry, I got the right people, the people that helped Stevie T in YouTube Canada. And he connected me with April. And April did respond, absolutely amazing. But April said, I'm no longer, it happens. I'm no longer on the hijacking team, so I can't actively do something. I'll have to refer you to the right people. Well, but at least I had the attention of someone at YouTube. So Carlos wrote to his people. Glenn wrote to April. I wrote to April. Ryan Burke contacted me. 60 Cycle Hum. And you see where this is going. I don't want to cry. It's going to friendships, people reaching out immediately. And I don't talk to Ryan often. I mean, quite the opposite. Probably should, but hey, we're busy people. But when it matters, and this is when friends show their true face, when it matters, he was there immediately and said, fuck, what happened to your channel? And I couldn't get into my YouTube studio to talk to the live chat, but he could get into his. And he started chatting with them saying, can you help my friend? And of course they said, well, that's not your channel. We can't help you because we don't have verification of life. Him being who he says he is. Okay. And then that was done. And he could have stopped right there. But he started another chat, got to another person who then actually wrote me an email. Ba-bum. Third person on the case. I'm not okay with 3 people that I don't know, who might or might not be motivated, being in charge of my fate and my future career. So we continue. Who else can I call? Where's my list? I need my list. So talk to Carlos, talk to Glenn, and Ryan was talking to the chat, and they contacted me. Then I went over to Leslie's, and for the next 2 hours, I was on my phone, which is annoying. Why didn't I take my laptop? I was trying to get anywhere, logging in, whatever, talking to April because she was in Canada, so I had to stay up late chatting while my brain was literally melting in my head. And I wasn't getting anywhere. And April said, try this. I'm like, I can't. My email is gone. Okay, I get it. Do this. Nothing was working. She was trying to have me fill out a form, which is the form that's very important, where you type in whatever information you have, and I had very little information on the form. The day later, when I finally could figure it out, you fill out the form to report a hijacked channel. But I couldn't fill out the form because I was no longer a Google member. I was no longer a Google account holder. And I started a different Google account with a different email address, but her getting me the form that's linked to that address was a complete nightmare, and it took a day. But April was amazing, and she stayed on it. She could have said, this guy's an idiot. He doesn't know how to fill out a form or how to even open a form. She stayed on it, trying to help. That evening, though, was a disaster, and I couldn't get anywhere. And I couldn't eat. And I was like, how do I even sleep? So Leslie gave me a sleeping pill, but it was a rough night. Let me put it that way. Okay. A million thoughts in my head. It wasn't good. The next day, obviously I had received many messages from many of you. Many of the viewers wrote me on Instagram, Facebook, wrote into comments, which of course I couldn't access. Hey, your channel got hacked. Many private messages on different services. Everyone reached out and said, your channel got hacked. Some, and probably not few, reported it to YouTube, which probably was one of the strongest things that could have happened. So you viewers were absolutely amazing. You reported it, and the next morning, I woke up to an email from YouTube, unrelated to all the other cases. By now, three different case numbers. I wasn't done with 3, right? But a 4th case number from YouTube directly saying, oh, we saw that your channel got hacked. So they knew it wasn't me. And we took it offline. That's a good thing. That's a great thing. It means someone at YouTube is aware, in addition to all the other people that were aware. They took the channel down so the hackers couldn't do any more damage, like erasing videos or whatever they would do. So that was a step in the right direction. The channel was offline. And that's very likely because of all the people on the channel that watched and reported it to YouTube to protect me. Thank you so much. And then I was thinking, who else can I contact? While other people contacted me. Like in the morning on Tuesday, it was Andy Ferris. Andy and I were very busy. We don't talk a lot. But again, when it matters, your friend is there. And Andy contacted me and said, what can I do? He was outraged. He said, you must be furious. You must be fuming. I would be, hitting the wall, being mad at these assholes. And I wasn't. I wasn't mad at the hacker assholes because they are hacker assholes. Getting mad at them wouldn't have solved anything. I was helpless. I was desperate. I felt depressed. On Tuesday, I had to edit many videos, but in my head, why should I edit videos? I don't even know where they will go. Where will I put them? What's the point? And that's depression, right? What's the point of everything? Andy was very good at taking my mind off things. We talked about future videos, a collaboration we want to do. Can't talk about it. He was just there. Could he do a lot? No. Yesterday he wrote me, by the way, I found a friend that works for Google. Let me get you in touch. At that point, I think I had 5 or 6 different cases open. I said, thank you. I think we're getting somewhere. But he didn't let up and he found someone. So Andy was there. Gabor, super fun, awesome, happy time paddle show. Did I say this correctly? Wrote me, said, what can I do? Brian Wampler wrote me, what can I do? Jake Lee, Tonio, Steve from Boston, Steve Cassidy, Richard Morgan. I'm forgetting people. The list goes on of people reaching out saying, what can we do? I'm like, well, I can't reach anyone. Can you reach someone? Do you know someone at Google? I mean, at this point I had cases open, but again, I'm not letting up. So I tried to contact the chief of marketing, the CMO at Thomann. Because if anyone spends a lot of money at Google, it's Thomann. And if anyone knows people at Google, who know people at YouTube, it's Thomann. Well, of course he didn't pick up. I'm like, okay, let's call my affiliate manager. Really good guy. Kareem is the shit. Also doesn't pick up. So I'm like, fuck these guys. No, they're good people. So I called up Stefan at Thomann. He's the head of content management. I've been working with Stefan forever, as long as I can imagine. He's an old friend and a very, very good friend. And Stefan said, give me this information, blah, blah, blah. He handed it off to people that are in touch with Google, which apparently was the head of SunLab, which is Thomann's digital marketing affiliate platform thing. And the head of SunLab himself handed it over to Google, called someone, blah, blah, blah. So thank you, Andy. I don't know you, but I mean, we should know each other by now. And thank you, Andy, for doing this. At that time, I'm getting a WhatsApp from Dominic, the CMO of Thomann. Said, what's up? I'm in a workshop, can't talk. I said, really, really sorry this happened. I was hoping that you may be able to connect me with someone at Google. And he sends me a picture of him and Kareem. That's why Kareem also wasn't picking up in that workshop. And what does Dominic do? Dominic, from the workshop, connects me with his guy at Google, who I write to, and he said, I'll push this up the chain, I'll find the right people. Haven't heard back from him, but that was, fourth guy in a very good position to move it up the chain. At this point, Carlos, of course, is on his way back to Spain, and he gets Katie involved, he gets Roxy involved, because Carlos desperately is trying to move things for me. Because he's a very, very, very good friend. So, by now we got April and Katie and Roxy and the guy that Ryan found. Brian? B. Ryan. I know B. Ryan, but I'm talking about Ryan. And then got a contact through Thomann. So I don't know how many people are trying to, in parallel, get the same thing fixed. But it makes sense to attack from any angle possible if it's about your livelihood. And of course, I had to tell people what was happening. So all day long, I'm getting messages from everyone. All day long, I'm writing, yeah, my channel got hacked. I'm on it. It's going to be an uphill battle. YouTube is on it, but I don't know how good the communication is because there's an email, every couple of hours, and I'm just sitting here like, Argh! In the meantime, I don't want to say his name. Guy from a pretty big amp company that I call a very good friend. Called me and said, dude, I couldn't sleep. I was so worried about your channel. I mean, the guy has so much stuff to worry about. And his heart's in such a good place. And he said, I couldn't see what, I was thinking, what could I do? What could I do? I'm like, I don't think he can do anything. You probably don't know anyone Googling. He's like, well, I have a favor I could call in. And I'm not going to go into details, but then he revealed to me that he knows the head of a very, very big, very powerful secret service of a country. And he said, I can call that guy because I'm pretty sure he knows people at Google. He probably could track down the hackers and have them whacked. He actually, with that guy's access, he could have the hackers whacked. That it would have taken his team 7 minutes to find out where they sit. Easy. They have that kind of, and I'm like, you know what? Don't call in that favor. I'm sure Google's on it. This is the last resort. Calling the secret service of a very powerful country and having people whacked. I mean, I love where his heart was. And he was going to use that favor for me. And that means the world. Okay? So, a million thanks for that. I love you too. I'm not telling who you are. I was also chatting with Megan. She's the assistant to Mengru Kwok, I think is his name, the owner of Vista Music and Heritage and Harmony Guitars and Mono gig bags. We're right now working on a very special Heritage guitar that they want to do for me. And Megan's just a sweetheart. She's funny. She's pretty. She's just a good hang. We had a video call, and we just had a good time, and we immediately clicked, and we want to do this guitar together. So she was sending me new top suggestions, nice flame, and I told her, hey, the channel got hacked, so I'm not quite in the right mind, but let's go with top B. I don't even know where I put the video. So the next day, she writes me back and said, this didn't leave my mind. And since apparently they also have very good connections at Google, she contacted her people at Google, and they wanted to know very specific things from me, things that nobody else had asked for. And I'm pretty sure that her contact would have moved things in seconds. But I told her, look, we have a couple of cases open. This is great that you opened this door, and I'm so thankful that you did this for me. I will never forget this. But let's hold off on that and see if I get somewhere with the contacts I already have. So, what's the point here? Carlos, Glenn, Dominic, Kareem, Andy at Sunlab, Stefan, Megan, guy I can talk about, Brian Gabor, Andy, Ryan, Jay, Tonio, Steve, Cassidy, Richard, many other people, and you all came to help. The guy with the amp company, I told him, look, if I start a new channel, I can't charge what I'm charging now. I have no value. And he said, I'll pay you more than I'm paying you now. To support you, I'll do this. And I started crying because what are we without friends? Yes, the channel got hacked. Yes, I was in disarray. I was really worried. It sucked. I was extremely dumb. It was my fault. I knew exactly that there was a danger. I told the guy who wrote me that I'm not going to click on this thing. And then I go to the website and I click on this thing. It was fully my fault. But it was my friends that all came to my aid, that saw how bad it was, how dangerous it could have been if the channel had been erased. And they all came to help me in a massive way. And I don't know if I've ever, to this degree, felt the value of friendship. I felt the value of friendship on an individual basis when someone did something very special for me. And I don't know, loaned me money, picked me up somewhere because I was stranded. That's friendship on a one-to-one basis. And I love these people for being there for me when I need them. But having people in parallel work to help me out showed me that what I did through all these years, building relationships, building friendships, being there for them when they need me, hopefully came back in the most positive way. And they are there, and I'll be there for them. And draw this lesson from my idiocy. Value your friends. Do things that might not benefit you at that point in time because they're the right things to do. And hopefully, when you need them, they'll be there. Because my friends were there for me. And I can't possibly thank them and you guys enough for having been there. Now we move on to more fun things, back to videos, the videos that were lost, and 2 went up, but they had very few clicks, so I re-uploaded them. So enjoy those. We're back, we're doing cool stuff, we're doing new Harley Benton H guitars, we're doing the Emeralds, we're doing an amp that's coming out that's super cool, we're doing new modelers, we're talking about NAMM, loads of cool stuff. So, the channel's back, we're back in business, and I want to thank you a million times. obviously, I also want to thank Leslie, who is hopefully coming in the door right now. Hello? Yeah, I want to thank that woman that's not going to come in front of the camera. Hey, Exie!
Why'd you lock the dog on the balcony?
Because I'm doing a thing and I had to do the thing. And he likes the balcony. There's a dog on the balcony. Leslie was there to also calm me down. And she jumped in the whirlpool with me, which she never does. So that I could, chill a bit. So that's the story. Thank you, Leslie.
Can I let him in? Because he's probably flipping out.
Yes, you can let him in. You'll be on camera. Blurry. I would say animals at the end, but maybe it's also animals right now. There's an animal. And there's an animal. There's a tail of an animal. Okay, that's it. Now you know what happened. Back to fun stuff and animals now and animals at the end.
The bitch is there. She died of an STD, and no one came to her funeral. They did not want to be seen. Ding dong, the slave is there. His back pain he couldn't stand, so the prospect of deep pockets somehow slid out of